Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ako muli, si Kuya Doc Ads. At sa videong ito, pag-uusapan natin yung multiplication of integers. Pero bago tayo mag-umpisa, kung bago ka pa lang sa ating channel, huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe. Panoorin nyo na rin yung ating mga previous videos and don't forget to like them and share with your friends. Tara, umpisahan natin. Meron tayong tatlong mahalagang rules na kailangan tandaan kapag magmumultiply tayo ng integers. Pero bago tayo dumiretso, kung hindi nyo pa napapanood yung ating video kung paano mag-a-add at magsusubtract ng integers, panoorin nyo muna yung ating video para mas masundan nyo yung ating mga susunod pa na video. Yung unang rule na kailangan nating tandaan ay ito. The product of two integers having like sign, both positive or negative, is always positive. Ibig sabihin nito, yung dalawang number or dalawang integers na may magkaparehong sign, pag pinag-multiply natin, ang sagot ay laging positive. Number 2. The product of two integers having unlike sign is always negative. Napakadaling intindihin. Kapag magkaiba yung sign nung dalawang integers, ibig sabihin, ang sagot pag pinag-multiply natin sila ay laging negative. Pangatlo, the product of any integer multiplied by 0 is 0. Ibig sabihin nito, kahit anong integer ang i-multiply natin sa 0, ang magiging sagot eventually ay 0. Let's try to have examples. Here, we are going to calculate the product. Meron tayong A, B, C, D, at E. For letter A, so we have here positive 8 times positive 5, or simply A times 5. Pag minultiply natin sila, of course, ang magiging sagot natin ay 40, or positive 40. Now, let's go to letter B. Negative 9 times negative 7. Dahil sila ay parehas negative, ang sabi sa rule, yung product ng dalawang integers having like sign is always positive. So, ang gagawin lang natin dito, imumultiply natin yung corresponding integers and then we put a positive sign. So, we have 9 times 7 and that is 63. For letter C, we have negative 10 times negative 14. The answer is 140. Next, for letter D, we have negative 13 times negative 17. And of course, the answer would be positive 221 or simply 221. For letter E, we have negative 218 times negative 320. And that gives us positive 69,760. Now let's move on to our next set of examples. Here, we are going to find the product of two integers having unlike sign. We have here A, B, C, D, and E. Take note now na meron tayong magkakaibang sign na number. So we have negative 9 times 5, negative 12 times 7, 23 times negative 27, 33 times negative 87, and negative 152 times 45. So, i-apply lang natin yung rule natin na kapag magkaiba yung sign, ang sagot ay laging negative. We just have to multiply their corresponding numerals. So, we have negative 9 times 5. That gives us negative 45. Next, negative 12 times 7 is equal to negative 84. For letter C, we have 23 times negative 27 and it gives us negative 621. For letter D, 33 times negative 87 provide us negative 2,871. And finally, negative 152 times 45 provide us negative 6,840. So tandaan natin, uli, kapag magkaiba yung sign ng dalawang numbers and if we're going to look for their product, then the answer is always negative. At yung pangatlo nating rule, the product of any integer multiplied by 0 is 0. And here, of course, the answer for letters A, B, and C is 0. So negative 194 times 0 is 0. 532 times 0 is 0. And 0 times negative 103 is 0. Ngayon alam na natin kung paano mag-multiply ng mga integer, balikan natin yung ating mga rules. Rule number 1, the product of two integers having like sign, both positive or negative, is always positive. For number 2, the product of two integers having unlike sign is always negative. At number 3, the product of any integer multiplied by 0 is 0. Now let's try to answer this bonus question. A test has 15 questions. The test provides 4 points if the answer is correct and deducts 2 points if the answer is wrong. Student A answered the first 8 consecutive questions correctly while answered the remaining questions incorrectly. At the end of the exam, what is the total points of student A? Para masagot natin ang tanong na ito, gagamitin natin yung ating knowledge about multiplication of integer. Ia-apply na rin natin yung knowledge natin ng addition and subtraction. Sa question na to, tinatanong kung ano yung total points ng student A at the end of the exam. Sa madaling salita, kailangan nating hanapin yung sum noong points. Makikita natin dito na mayroong 15 questions. At yung test, sa kada tamang sagot ay 4 points yung madadagdag sa score ng bata. Pero kapag nagkamali, 2 points yung ibabawas sa kanilang score. Sabi rin dito, yung student A ay nakatama ng 8 sunod-sunod o yung unang 8 sunod-sunod na tanong sa 15 tanong. At yung natitira ay hindi na niya nasagutan ng tama. So kung i-analyze natin yung tanong, hinahanap dito yung total points ng student A after ng exam. So makikita natin dito na if correct yung sagot, ito ay may corresponding 4 points. Kapag naman mali, merong negative 2 points. Yung total na questions ay 15. Sabi dun sa unang 8 tanong, tumama yung bata o yung student A. Ibig sabihin, yung student A ay nakakuha ng 8 multiplied by 4. So, gagamitin natin yung ibang notation ngayon ng multiplication, yung parenthesis. So, pag nakita natin na yung dalawang number ay naka-enclose sa parenthesis, kagaya nito, yung 8 and 4, ibig sabihin, imumultiply natin sila. So, that is 8 times 4. Ito yung score ng student A after nung 8 consecutive questions na nasagutan niya ng tama. So, ito ay 32. Ito yung initial na points nung estudyante. Ngayon, yung sumunod daw ng mga tanong ay hindi na niya nasagutan ng tama. At dahil may 15 tanong, yung remaining questions ay 7. So, we have 7 times, dahil siya ay deduction, times negative 2. Ibig sabihin, merong negative 14 ito yung deducted points. At dahil hinahanap natin yung total points ng estudyante, after the exam, ang gagawin natin, i-add natin yung dalawa. Ibig sabihin, i-add natin yung 32 and negative 14. At pag in-add natin sila, we will apply the addition rule of integers having unlike sign. So ang gagawin natin, isusubtract natin yung number with smaller absolute value doon sa number na may greater absolute value. At ikokopyahin natin yung sign ng number na may greater absolute value. So we have 32. We have to get the absolute value of 32. So we have 32. It's 32. Absolute value of negative 14 is positive 14. Then, isusubtract natin silang dalawa. So, 32 minus 14, the answer is 18. And, since mas malaki yung absolute value ng 32 kesa sa negative 14, then the answer is positive. Sa madaling salita, ang total points ng student A after the exam is 18. I hope makatulong sa inyo ating simpleng video na ginawa about multiplication of integers. Kung nagustuhan nyo yung ating ginawang video, bigyan nyo naman ng thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Ito nga pala ang Super Math at muli, ako si Kuya Doc Ads. Maraming salamat!